Oh, hi folks, welcome to this, the Veg-O-Matic Show, and me, I'm Mr. Veg-O-Matic, E-Matic. Some people confuse it with O-Matic, but it's actually E-Matic. And the title of this show is The Anti-Griffith Show. Not that I have anything particularly personal against the late Andy Griffith. However, I was watching television. Now, on Sunday evenings, we have recorded the Sunday morning, what is it? CBS Sunday Morning, I think? Or one of those American mega network. And they did a show on Mayberry RFD. Remember Opie and all that? And that whole myth of living in, I think it was North Carolina, and of course everybody that lived in the town was lily white, and nothing really serious happened other than occasionally the town drunk would go on a bender and grab Aunt Bee's ass. But I'm getting carried away again. I just have too much of a vivid imagination somehow. Nothing but white skin everywhere you looked, and America was proud and moral and decent. And of course this show portrayed a completely fictional America that could never exist in reality anywhere in the world. But people liked it. I don't know why, but people still like it to this day. To my amazement, there's a town in North Carolina, I think it's called Mount Airy or something, and they've recreated that's where they used to shoot the Anti-Griffin show. And Anti-Griffin, I used to call Andy Griffith, when I was a little kid, I used to always pronounce it, it's the Andy Griffin show, and it'd be corrected. And, I thought Griffin just sounded better. But again, you see, my mind is wandering these days. Oh, shut up. Man, noisy. So they recreated this mythical Mayberry and set up kind of a theme park there where they have Floyd's Barber Shop and Aunt Bee's house and all that stuff, and people actually pay money to go there, and they get on these sort of tractor pulled long, I don't know what you call them, those stupid things that they drive around with tourists in them, going, yes, here's Aunt Bee's house, and that's where Opie stole the apple from the neighbor, and they get the film crew is on this bus thing or whatever, and talking to people about, well, what did you like about Mayberry? Well, it was all a whole bunch of elderly folk, more elderly than me. I would probably be considered their bastard son. However, they're all riding around on this thing, and the guy asked, how many people here think that the election was rigged in 2020? And 201, these old geezers put up their hands and said, oh yeah, oh, no doubt about it. And Donald Trump was wonderful, and it's just that the big dirty liberals, they're trying to take over and turn us into Venezuela. Yeah, it was kind of scary. So I thought, well, I'd like to talk about that a little bit this week, and it's weird when empires die. They tend to instill a belief in their citizens of some, this is a real dictatorship move, some mythical past where things were better and it was wonderful, and people went to church on Sunday, and yeah, few black people may have been lynched, but it was just it was better back then, and this is deadly. This is revisionism of the worst sort, to imagine some sort of golden age. At the same time that television program was airing, Vietnam, the atrocities that went on, the bombing, the deaths of not only the foreigner, but the sons and, well, not so much daughters back then, but people, lots of people, 50,000 dead from that. And it was very much like Afghanistan, and it's the same thing. It's when empires stretch too far, and they tend to collapse after doing that. So how does this tie into the Andy Griffith Show? Well, Andy actually played Atticus Finch in a movie, so he wasn't that. I have nothing against him, but these people that take television or things that they saw, these entirely fictional characters, and somehow think they're real, and I guess that's why people wanted to believe in Donald Trump, because he's this totally fictional character, and they don't recognize, of course, he's dangerous as hell. Yeah, well, fiction. I think people just want to get lost in their fiction and forget about reality. The trouble is, you could maybe go into a virtual reality and never want to come out. I could envision these virtual reality headsets and these guys in the dark alleyway, and they're starving, and but they don't want to see what's real. They don't want to take the helmet off, because when they take the happy helmet off, yeah. So a large segment of the population refuses to simply look at the disasters unfolding around, to deny reality, to continue to deny reality, because it's easier. We don't want to look at ugly things. We don't want to see the truth. We would rather be entertained